Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly show. And here's your host, Daniel. Before we started to introduce the topic today, I want to thank the team who helped to produce this video. Thanks to the staff crew who behind the camera. Without them, there's no such video. And I appreciate that the friends who sacrificed their spare time to help us shooting this video. So, let's go down to the business. In today's topic, we wanna discuss long-term care service in Taiwan. As you can see, our society is getting older and older. According to the data from National Development Council, our society has become aged society since 2018 and will become super aged society in 2025. All the more reason, the long-term care service has become a trend in Taiwan. So, let's know about our institution first. In 2022, Executive Yard announced a new policy called Long-Term Care Plan 2.0. Here's the following points explained. First, community-based system to promote aging in place. To promote the public with integrated, flexible, and convenient care service close to home, the plan established a three-tier system consisting of community-based integrated service centers, combined service center, and long-term care station in alleys and lanes. Second, expanded coverage and service. In addition to people who disability age 65 or over, the plan covers indigenous people with disabilities age 55 or over, people with dementia age 50 or over, and individuals of any age with disability card or other proof of mental or physical disability. New services have also been added, ranging from early preventive care to minimize the delay the onset of disability to palliative care later on in life. Despite the system is so good that has no disadvantage, the long-term care plan 2.0 still have some problem need to fix. Here's the problem we found it. Insufficient system fairness. Not all disabled elderly beyond 65 years old can receive subsidy from the policy. For example, hiring foreign caregivers to take care of disabled elders. Only the elderly from low-income household can receive the allowance from the government that reduce the cost of institutional accommodation. Second, financing of long-term care service. The money source of our policy is rely on our tax. In the long run, we will facing the financial problem, which with the tax income can't afford the policy expense. Third, local government administrative issues. At first, lack of contracts, management experience, and insufficient administration manpower that's caused the long-term care grading system needs to receive by local administrative agency, and the implement of long-term care policies also depends on local government supervision. So, the problem above will cause the long-term care service meltdown. 4. Care manpower issues. Lack of manpower cause some disabled elders cannot enjoy the care service they should own. After knowing so much about the operation of our long-term care policy and the problem encountered, let's see how the methods used in foreign country to conquer the problem we met. First country, we will talk about Norway. Norway has both its good social welfare system that's come out to the top of the world. Due to this reason, they also have great long-term care system too. And here's the way that Norway did. First, reform direction. Reduce the need for hospitalization, especially among aging and chronically ill patients, and focus on private elderly caregivers. Second, Norway's long-term care system is funded by the public sector's national insurance scheme and taxes. The funds for the national insurance plan come from stock investments and oil revenue, surplus, and so on. Having a complete care system allows the elderly to enjoy their old age comfortably. Section 1. Home visits to assess whether the elderly have special care needs. And Section 2. The home care system only provides minor help because elderly can still care of their own daily life. And Section 3. Daycare system. Elderly people need to prepare meals, clothes, social activities, etc. The local government will arrange free buses to transport them to and from their residence and daycare centers. Section 4. Senior residential apartments. These special residences are built to provide elderly people with special care needs, usually those who are frail or have mental health problems, such as dementia. Section 5. Nursing home provides a residence for the elderly who do not need hospital, but cannot have adequate care and safety in their residence, or provides home and health care for the elderly who are frail, unable to be alone. Section 6. Ending up at homeland is a wish to the elderly in Norway and the goal of Norwegian government. Manpower. At first, doctors are in charge of geriatric specialists. There are incentives to encourage doctors to go to the countryside to alleviate the dilemma of the lack of doctors in rural areas. Second, make extensive use of volunteers. And third, change in care model. The elderly must to be responsible for their own health, and the elderly work with caregivers instead of simply enjoying service. After we finish the Norway part, next we talk about Japan. Japan has the same problem in aging population. In 2004, Japan became super-aged society, 20 years earlier than Taiwan. Namely, they have more than 20 years experience to deal with aging population issues. So, next question is, what's their method to facing these difficult problems? They call this solution nursing care insurance institution. First is their financial resource. General tax at 50%, more by the insured 50%, and premiums adjust every 3 years, and the system is revised every 5 years to prevent social insurance system from being implemented for too long and failing to keep up with the change of the times. Service introduction. Those in need of support can receive home care service, community intensive service, and care prevention service. Those in need of care can receive home care service, institutional care service, community intense service, and care prevention service. First, home care service. In order to enable the issued who need care or support assistance to receive service at home, service personnel such as home helpers, nurses, etc., will come to the house to provide necessary support, care, and rehabilitation service. Second, institutional care service ensure persons who are unable to live at home can stay in a care institution and receive care rehabilitation to restore their original life functions. Third, community-based intensive service. Elderly person in need to care to not need to live in care institution and can receive service in their familiar living environment. Care and prevention service through the improvement of high nutrition, strengthening of physical and oral functions, physical training, and so on. The elderly can restore or maintain their physical strength so they can function in daily life without worries. Apartment for the elderly. Resident planned, designed and built for the elderly. The main purpose is to suit the physical and mental character of the elderly, emphasizing the functionality of the living environment, so that residents can gain a sense of accomplishment from interpersonal interaction. Above all, we know that both Norway and Japan are committed to reducing the need for hospitalization and increasing the population of community care. Simultaneously, we saw the methods that Norway and Japan use to solve aging population problems. Among these, there are some ways that Taiwan deserves to imitate. Here's the point that Taiwan institution can be modified. First, capital sources. Taiwan's long-term care funds almost rely on tax. We should learn from Japan's long-term care insurance system and integrate our country's national pension and labor insurance to form a new long-term care insurance to make long-term care funds richer. 2. A more detailed granting process. Compare the Norwegian system to carry out classified management and complete end-of-life planning in Taiwan. 3. Construction of senior housing. With the aging population growth, senior house will be in a high demand. The benefits of senior housing are not limited to that. It also emphasizes the functionality of the living environment, allowing residents to gain a sense of accomplishment from interpersonal interaction and activity participation, providing a life that is closer to home and maintaining personal autonomy and satisfying the needs of the elderly in family life. We hope that the above suggestion can help Taiwan's long-term care system and make it more perfect to cope with the arrival of super-age society. And this is the entire content of our video. If you like this video, please press like and subscribe button and share it. Thanks to watching. Bye.